He's a top athlete who's spent several years of his life promoting a uniquely North European healthy lifestyle in China. His name is Linus Holmseter, and he's a leading exponent of Heyrobics and Heyrunning.
China is really a part of my life and a part of who I am now. I don't look at running as just training. I look at it as a way of life in some way. It's a way of transportation. I take my MacBook computer under my arm. I run between my meetings. Sometimes I run 2 kilometers, sometimes I run 8 kilometers. In some days I've been running 44, 50 kilometers just between meetings in central Beijing or central Stockholm or in other cities where I go.
With his blonde hair and trademark pink shorts, he's a conspicuous figure running through Beijing's streets. As one of Sweden's top long-distance athletes, Linus treats running as a lifestyle choice.
Running is not just a sport, it's a way to save time and gather my thoughts and prepare better for my daily activities.
Today, he's giving a Heyrobics class at the Swedish Embassy in Beijing.
So today we're going to do 65 push-ups. Of course, that's good. And you know why we're going to do 65 years of push-ups. It's probably that if we do it all 65 years, it's going to be a world record because nobody has done push-ups for 65 years. But we're at least going to do 65 push-ups. And then why?
Celebrate the
We're going to celebrate the diplomatic relationship between Sweden and China. And what better way to do it than on Chinese television? I hope they send... Oh, that's good. You're making sounds too.
It was 2009 when Linus first brought his unique fitness regime to Beijing. His dream was to share the ideal of fun sport and a North European lifestyle with people in China.
So today we've been here and trained the Swedish embassy people, the staff, the Swedish people and the Chinese people together. It's a small activity for I think around 20 people, and we do things like this sometimes for Swedish people and for Chinese people or for other international people and Chinese people coming together, because sport is one of the easiest way to build a strong bond between people, much better than normal conferences where somebody talks in Swedish and the Chinese don't understand, and somebody talks in Chinese and the Swedish don't understand. Sports bring people together, no matter if it's football or if it's running or aerobics.
Heyrobics is a form of non-competitive workout that's been very popular in Sweden for the past 40 years. It was created by Johan Holmseter, Linus's father, in 1978. Currently, over 500,000 Swedes are actively participating in this sport. In Heyrobics, no fitness equipment is needed. The idea is to keep fit through a workout led by a single leader with easy-to-follow movements designed to exercise the whole body. Linus sees it as an enjoyable and effective way for virtually anyone to exercise. Young or old, fit or unfit, all can find a level of difficulty that suits them best.
我去健身房啊，我平常去。健身房呢，有的人特别专业，要求比较高。他的意思好像他的创造就是没有什么要求 ，and 可以从内心，大家可以从内心来，从下往上，不是从上往下。
What's special about Heyrobics is that everybody comes together in one place. No talking is needed. It doesn't matter if somebody is super strong or super weak, a total beginner the first time. Everybody can do it. And it's not about who does the most push-ups or who runs the fastest or who is the strongest. It's about who smiles the most. So no competition and just a good time, a way of life. It's more a lifestyle than only a sport.
Linus makes clever use of pop music to encourage participants. The dynamic music helps reinvigorate them during a tiring workout, and it keeps the movements synchronized across the whole group. Overall, everyone is naturally motivated and energized, and they become confident with their bodies.
This year we have a theme about lifestyle and health. And we think, we can't talk about it by sitting in a big lecture hall. We actually need to do it ourselves to be, so people believe in what we're saying, in the message. And if we're going to talk to our Chinese counterparts and our Chinese friends and the companies here, we need to tell them we are living the dream by being healthy ourselves.
Linus's professional sporting interests entail frequent travel between China and his home in Sweden.
I used to live here in China for a long time. Now I've moved back to Sweden, but I try to come here as much as I can. China is really a part of my life and a part of who I am now. And many people in Europe are a little bit suspicious of China and think it's maybe not so good. It's not always positive news. But for me, I'm super happy every time I come back, actually. When I came here almost 6 years ago, my work was totally different and my life was totally different. So I'd been a student before. This was my first job, and I thought that was how working was supposed to be. I was sitting by a desk. I was working very hard. I did Chinese business the Chinese way, that working hard daytime and singing karaoke and meeting the customers and drinking alcohol in the night. And it was like that almost every day. And I've always loved two things. I've loved business and I've loved health. So I started the health thing on the side and started doing some exercise classes just as a way to meet friends and meet new friends and stay healthy, and still continued with my work. But then Heyrobics became more and more in my life. In Sweden, we sometimes say that if you dig down into the ground, if you dig far enough, you end up in China, So that is how far away we sometimes think China is. And now, today, everybody talks about China. In 2009, not so much. It was the Olympics started this notion of China really exists. But before that, people didn't really write about China. Now the situation is different. And when I decided in 2008, 2009 to start working here, it was a very big decision. So because Heyrobics is a very social sport, so people like to do the exercise, of course, but they also like to hang out afterwards, because Heyrobics is not only about the body, it's also about the mind. So in order to make this an exercise for the body and mind, what happens during the exercise is important, but also what happens after for many people. So we go out, we exercise, and we eat and we drink.
There's no point trying to sleep off the jet lag when his Hey Team pals in China are waiting to hang out with him.
Let's say being part of the Hey Team has meant so much for me. Now so many of my friends and people I go for dinner with, they are parts of the Hey community. The thing is that when you are completely sweaty, after doing push-ups and wearing pink shorts, it's so much easier to make friends, So even among the instructors, we are pretty close to each other, and that's the same for our participants. So, not only for the A team, but also for our community. I've seen people starting dating at Heyrobics or becoming friends close to each other. So it's a very important part of the Heyrobics spirit.
This this is where both Heyrunning and Heyrobics started about 5 years ago. If you really want to stay healthy, I think you need to make your exercise a #1 priority.
It's early morning, and a group of enthusiasts have gathered in Chaoyang Park in eastern Beijing. They're here to take part in a training program developed by Linus.
不管是跑步还是其他的运动，那么体能都是非常重要的。你也想做好，或者是说对健康来说，这方面都非常非常重要。因为我年纪大，这个经历的这个运动次数，怎么说呢？就是停下来又重新做的次数很多，这个体能非常重要，所以这个对我会很有帮助。
Well, it's nice to spend time outside, and it's a good way to exercise because it's really tough, and yeah, it's really fun.
So come up a little bit closer. First of all, it's really nice to be back. This is where both Heyrunning and Heyrobics started about 5 years ago. And for us, the first workout I think that we did, we only had 3 people the first time.
第一次当他把这个运动带到中国的时候，只有3个人在这儿跟 Linus 一起做这个运动。
And I think after a little bit more than a month, we were 100, and today there are even sometimes 10,000 people coming to Tiananmen Square at the same time to do exercise. So we've come a long way, I think. Today we're not going to focus so much on running with a very high effort. We can do that on the people's run later. But today we're going to focus on doing short exercises really, really well and make sure that we really understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. And we bounce. Right?
自己呢也参加这个活动，参加了有3年多了。然后我也是一名跑步的、跑马拉松的，所以平时以它为训练。它的效率非常高，而且锻炼了我浑身身体的各个的肌肉，然后也使我有氧的能力加强了，所以对我无论是从生活还是从训练比赛都有很大的提高。
To give people another alternative for getting fit, in 2012, Linus created Heyrunning.
When you learn something new about something, no matter if you learn something new about running or about your work or about your life, learning new things make whatever you do more fun. So that makes you feel that you understand why you're doing something. You're not just doing training. You understand why you do it, and that makes the whole experience better.
It's been a challenge, persuading people to adopt a more healthy way of life through Heyrobics and Heyrunning. What Linus has realized is that before embracing a change of lifestyle, people need to change their old ways of thinking.
Wait. So you fall. You just fall. You just fall. Here.
你直接向前倾。
And you're supposed to not fall like this, but you're supposed to fall like this.
就大家前倾的时候，核心收紧。
Because I think the body has 3 important points. It's the head, it's the hips, and it's the feet. And they're always supposed to be in line to be able to use gravity. You can never be like this, because then gravity pulls a lot of force on the back. You can never be like this, because then the gravity will make your legs very tired. So you always have to be straight here, here, and here. I think changing someone's mind is very hard. It's much harder to change someone's mind than to change someone's body. In China, people say that they are often under a lot of pressure or under a lot of stress. If you really want to stay healthy, I think you need to make your exercise a #1 priority. Leaning forward, I don't have to add any speed. The gravity will just continue to pull me forward.
所以他讲这是一个基本的速度，你不需要额外添加更多的力量或者是速度。
Oh no, back. I see that you're breaking the first rule here already. Do you remember these 3 points? There's nothing wrong in aerobics. It's only things that are right. If you're doing something wrong, It's only creative.
所以这个热身操对于大家来说比较新鲜，不过没有任何错误的动作，大家只要尽情的跟着做即可，围成一个圈儿。
Come on in front of the stereo, then the music is better. Come here, this way. Both a short-term but also a long-term basis. That's why I think exercise is so interesting, because it's something that is not just about the short inspiration, but something that can really change people's minds. So my big dream is to continue doing that and seeing, can we by exercise changing how people feel, how people live their lives.
Heyrobics and hay running are gaining in popularity in China. Part of the reason for this success is the foreign enthusiasts who volunteered to take up coaching.
Push it in! For me, spending the time in China here, it was about giving people responsibility to manage on their own. We have a lot of Heyrobics is run mainly by people that are volunteering. They have normal jobs, they have other jobs, and they are doing Heyrobics because they love it. And I think that has been also the way aerobics to continue to be good even after I've left. I think it's just going to get better when you give other people responsibility, then sometimes other people grow.
My name is Angela and I'm the head or one of the organisers of the Hay Running group here in Beijing. So I organise all of our running sessions, organise coaches and organise runners to come here to run together. We love to run, and Hay Running is a fantastic running group. It's much more than a running club, it's really a community of people who love to come together to run. And it's also been a great place. It's a very friendly group. A lot of my very good friends in Beijing I have met through Hay Running. So we run together, but we also, socialise together. So that's why I really love Hay Running and running with the Hay Running group here in Beijing.
我们的目标不是，当然没有工资，都是没有收入，都是帮助别人，看他们的水平提高，他们的微笑，然后说谢谢你，谢谢教练，谢谢帮助我们跑，然后他们都知道，他们都很开心，所以我们的优势是帮助别人，然后这个也帮助我们自己。
When I'm not in China, the face of Heyrobics is not me, or it's not one person. The face of Heyrobics is the people that the participants meet when they come to the fitness classes, and it's the coach, but it's also we call them the ambassadors, the people that are greeting the people and helping to organize the sessions by carrying and preparing the equipment and preparing the location and so forth. So for us, those are the faces of Heyrobics, and those are the people that makes Heyrobics possible. That's why we are able to offer every week some classes for completely free of charge, and many events organized just for the community. And I think that makes Heyrobics very powerful.
Linus makes a point of keeping in touch with the coaches, especially with those who are the most recent volunteers. A potential benefit of this is that they can generate new and better training ideas together.
Mostly.
What do you expect from being a running coach? Why are you here today?
I'm Jessie.
Yeah.
So I started with hay running just last spring.
Yeah.
And before that, I was just kind of like working out on my own here and there, but never like had consistent regimen or had done any races more than a 10K.
Yeah.
So really, hay running has been exciting for me. It's been social, which is great, but then also I've been able to like see results really quickly and have fun with running. But yeah, and then I hope to like just progress in learning more about the techniques and how to share those with other people when they come to sessions, and encourage people that think that they can't run a 5K maybe. So, yeah, I mean, I see like Angela being a huge inspiration to people at the sessions that she was for me, and I think that that's so much more important than making people feel discouraged and that they can't, and that it's this elitist sport.
Yeah. I hope that I can bring that to other people. Yeah, and I have enjoyed the people I've met through it. I think that's the key to it. is the relationship part to Heyronics.
Yeah.
I mean, if we don't have that, we just train our own, right? And that's kind of, it's not so exciting. It doesn't really inspire you. So I love the group aspect to it, and I love that other people can feed off each other and talk to each other. You know, whether involved in races or not, but a big part of races, I guess, is part of it as well. I mean, especially for me, because you can talk to people and then there's this race is on, that race is. So it inspires you in that way as well.
We want to be facilitators, and we want to help you run this. So because you are the faces of this, and when you are taking lead of some of the sessions, you are the #1 face of Heyrunning. What I did in the beginning with the Heyrobics as well, I was teaching a lot of Heyrobic sessions myself, but it's impossible to scale one person. And it's also very hard to make other people grow when you do that. Because it's fun, if you have your Mondays, then you know that it will be you putting your mark on that. It will be Heyrunning, but it will be with your touch. It will be with your spice on it, you know. It's amazing to feel the energy when you have so many people jumping at the same time. It's a really unique feeling that I'm so happy and grateful to be a part of.
Beijing now has a dozen Heyrobics training areas. Whenever he's in Beijing, Linus never misses the opportunity to lead a group himself. With his passion for Heyrobics, he always manages to attract more participants. Among the more enthusiastic Chinese, some have become Heyrobics ambassadors who volunteer to help out at Heyrobics activities.
教练太棒了！我第一次来上的就是他的课，我觉得这个运动实在是怎么说呢？太刺激了，就是你感觉你的所有的那种疯狂的天性都能在这里得到释放。
我觉得 Linus 就像一个太阳，我经常在微信上面会用太阳男神来形容他，他真的能给大家带来阳光，给大家带来那种非常灿烂的，就是很阳光的感觉。然后他永远都是那么的有活力，永远带着微笑，所以非常喜欢上他的课。
Linus 是一个我觉得比较疯狂的一个教练吧，就是他不管是对待自己还是对待学员，都很热情，很有激情，然后比较能带动大家的气氛。所以你看每一次他的课有很多的学员会过来。
他就是我的偶像啊！你看他又帅，完了那个还那么。就是他运动量确实很厉害，他们国家最棒的一个运动员，所以这么一说吧，我很想那个像他那么生活。我想不到哪一天如果没有这个 Heyrobics 的话，我怎么办？也不知道怎么活啊！现在是我的生活的一个很重要的一部分了，是我的一个快乐。
Well, who doesn't love Linus? I mean, he has his own unique style, and he always pushes himself to the max, but makes it look so easy and effortless with a huge smile on his face. So it's really inspiring when you go to his session, because even if it's really tough, he just looks over at you and gives you a big smile, and so you keep pushing. And it's great because his classes are super intense, so even for us instructors, we really like to go to all different classes, and it's great for us because we get inspired as well.
He really, pretty honestly, has given me someone to kind of strive to be like. Coming to Beijing, he really kind of showed me to take kind of like the goodness in everything and take a very positive, optimistic approach to life. And so I think he's just a great person, a great kind of magnet to be around.
The way that I try to change my own attitude, or that the way I think that most people need to change their attitude, is to just decide. I will need to do I will need to do exercise. It will be a part of my day, and I will work the other hours. No matter if you decide every day I'm going to do exercise at 12 o'clock on lunchtime, I'll just have a quick lunch instead, or at 6 o'clock after work. And that is something that the work or the family needs to accept. I think that then it's very easy for you to plan around that. But if you always have exercise as the very last thing after family, or after work, or after friends, or after travel, or after paying your bills or after whatever, it's exercise will always be the #1 thing that you will prioritize away, and that's why it's so hard for people. So trying to move that into a mandatory thing will make it so easy, because you get so much energy from that as well. So, and that's how I've done it myself, and that's even though I don't always feel like exercising, I know that I really want to do it deep inside, and that helps me to really decide that I am going to exercise, not taking it away because I'm stressed.
Hello! How's it? Oh, very good.
Yeah.
But yesterday was so nice though.
Yesterday was still 150.
Yeah.
From there, we go into high straight legs. Clapping.
Hello, so bright.
Welcome.
What a great suit. Hello. Oh, very good. Maybe we want to be
Linus and his Heyrobics coaches have become a regular feature at the Beijing International Running Festival. Not only do they warm up the 20,000 athletes in Tiananmen Square with a specially designed routine, also many of them take part. This time, Linus himself is 3rd place in the prestigious event.
嗨团队正在舞台上等着你们，一起跳世界上最快乐的运动。接下来的8分钟，跟随着粉短裤教练活动起来，你会在接下来的比赛中发挥得更出色，也记得要微笑哦。
The same pink shorts, the same smile. Linus's passion and confidence instantly light up Tiananmen Square. Nothing makes him happier than seeing Chinese people enjoy his sport.
I see they spread out all over the Tiananmen Square, and it's amazing to feel the energy when you have so many people jumping at the same time. It's a really unique feeling that I'm so happy and grateful to be a part of. So ever since I started Heyrobics here in China, I think my #1 dream has been to kind of spread this feeling of health and happiness together. I think it's one of these things that's a little bit missing still in China, to get young people to really feel this feeling. You know, they feel a lot of pressure in life and a lot of stress and the pressure from society also. So I think we can help and be a part of relieving that stress actually.
Linus himself has an impressive record as a runner. His personal best in the marathon is 2.5 hours. He's a past winner of the Beijing TNF 50, and back in Sweden, he came first in the 100 kilometers trail challenge, which resulted in his selection for the Swedish national team. Later, in 2015, he won the IAU 100 kilometer championship in the Netherlands. Despite his personal success, Linus firmly believes that it's the enjoyment of a sport that's far more important than winning titles.
I think as long as you keep on having dreams and also working towards these dreams, I think life is very interesting. The biggest way that China has changed me is that I see more opportunities than before. In Sweden, I don't see the opportunities in the same way. In China, it's easier to see that anything is possible. In Sweden, it's more about competing with other businesses about the same existing customers. In China, it's about building a whole new market and making people interested in exercising, or making people interested, if you're working with fashion, making them interested in fashion or in luxury or in lifestyle. That is a big change. To be on Chinese television like we've been many times and doing things in front of 1.4 billion people, that makes you start thinking bigger and bigger and bigger.